Hi, Assalamualaikum to Madam Ashikin. My name is Iffah Izzati binti ZAIDI, and my student number is 2025304757, and I am from ALG 2401E. So for today, I am going to present about description of English syntax EPC424, and I am going to show you the sentence that I have chose for my presentation. Firstly, I am going to introduce you the structure of the basic sentence, which is the main clause, and I'm going to explain the main verb, verb type, and status, other constituent, form and function, also the structure of embedded phrase, the main verb, verb head, verb type and status, other constituent, form and function. Next one is the structure of non-restrictive modifier and the main verb, verb and status if any, and also the other constituent, form and function. And the last one, the tree diagram of the sentence. Moving on to my chosen sentence. So this is the sentence that I chose for this presentation, which is our goal, a clear mission is to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. And in this sentence also, it includes main clause, embedded phrase, and also the NRM. The main clause here is our goal is to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. Next is the embedded phrase, which is infinitive phrase to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. And also the last one, non-restrictive modifier, which is a clear mission. So moving on to the structure of the basic sentence, which is the main clause. Here, the sentence is our goal is to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. So, this is the main sentence. Why it is a main sentence? Because it can stand alone as a complete sentence, because it has a subject, which is our goal, and it also has a predicate, which is to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. So, the sentence clearly tells us about what our goal is, and everything else in the sentence either supports or just gives extra information to this main idea. So I will explain about the main verb, the verb type and status. The word is the main verb of the sentence. It is a BE verb, which means it connects the subject, our goal, with more information about it, which is to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. It does not show an action, but instead it shows what the subject is. It is in the present tense, which means the sentence is talking about now, and the verb is in active voice because the subject is not being acted on. It is linking itself to a description. And also, there is no modal use in this sentence like can or should, and also no expect, such as has been or is doing. So basically, it is just a simple present tense PE verb. And for the other constituent, form and function, we have our goal that form as noun phrase, and it function as subject. So this is what the sentence is about. It tells us what our goal is. Next, we also have to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world that form as infinitive phrase, and the function is subject complement. So this part gives more information about the subject, and it tells us what the goal actually is. So next, moving on to the structure of the embedded phrase, which is infinitive phrase. So the sentence here is to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. And I'm going to explain the main verb, the verb type and status. So the verb prepare here is a transitive verb, VT, meaning it needs an object to complete its meaning, because we can't just say to prepare. We must say what or who is being prepared. In this case, the direct object here is leaders. The verb prepare is the verb prepare tells us what someone is doing. So in this case, they are preparing leaders. The sentence does not mention exactly who is doing the preparing, but we do understand it is probably doing by someone or by some organization. And the tense of this verb is in present tense, and there is no aspect used. It is not in continuous or perfect form. It is just the base action. And also there is no modal verb, and the verb is in active voice, which means that the actions preparing is being done by the implied subject. It is active voice, not passive, because the action is being done, not received. So we understand here the action preparing is being done by the implied subject, for example, by the organization, even though it is not directly stated in the sentence. Next, for the constituents, the form and function, we have here leaders that form as noun phrase, and it functions as a direct object. The word leaders shows who the action is being done to. It is the person or a group that will receive the preparation. The verb needs this object to complete its meaning. Because just by saying to prepare only is not enough. And next we have for a rapidly changing world. This form as a prepositional phrase. It functions as adverbial modifier. It tells us why or in what context the leaders are being prepared. So this part of the sentence explain the reason of the reason or the situation. It tells us that the leaders are being prepared for the future where the world is changing quickly. So this phrase adds more meaning to the action, which it helps us to understand the purpose behind it. So the next one is the structure of non-restrictive modifier that function as a positive noun. It gives extra information about the noun, which is our goal. It is not essential to the main sentence because the sentence would still make sense without it. Here, the NRM is a clear mission, and without a clear mission, the sentence would still make sense, which is our goal is to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. And in this sentence, we don't have any main verb because this is just a phrase, not a full sentence or clause. So we just have a clear missions that form as noun phrase and it functions as a positive noun. So this phrase gives more detail about the subject, our goal. It helps the reader understand it better, but it is not required for the sentence to make sense. And a positive noun is a noun phrase that sits next to another noun to describe it. So here, a clear mission adds meaning to our goal by explaining what kind of goal it is. It is non-restrictive because it is not needed to identify the subject because we already know what the subject is. It is just separated by commas to show that it is just extra information about it. The last slide is my tree diagram, and the final summary for this diagram is the sentence has one main clause which makes it independent and complete. And in the sentence, the main verb is a be verb that connects the subject, which our goal, to more information to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world. The infinitive phrase to prepare leaders for a rapidly changing world tells us what the goal actually is. It functions as the subject complement. And inside this phrase, the leaders is the direct object of the verb prepare. And for a rapidly changing world is an adverbial modifier that gives more detail. And the phrase acclamation is a non-restrictive a positive noun that gives extra information about our goal, but is not needed for the sentence to make sense. And last one, each part of the sentence has a clear job and helps to express the full meaning in a smooth and logical way. So I guess that is all for my presentation today. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.